What's up, world? It's your girl, ReMy'D. Right now, I have two exclusive guests with me. To my right, I got Mr. Ford4D, and I got Mr. JiD to my left.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to have you both. I want to start with Mr. Ford.
Thank
you know, you're a dope producer. I like Bubba right here.
Yeah, it's my son Boba.
Boba.
Say hi, Boba. I know. It's been a big day for you.
Little guy.
He's a Pekingese.
So let us know, like, how did you get involved into producing? Like, you're, making strides in hip hop. How did you even get involved into hip hop?
How did I get involved in hip hop? That story goes pretty far back. I was always listening to hip hop. When I was in art school, I went to the Rhode Island School of Design.
Nice, ReDD.
ReDD.
Yes.
I was studying painting and graphic design, and I ended up wanting to, I'm going to be real with you. Everything I would paint was a hip-hop song. Even if I didn't tell people what it was,
right.
Like, I made a painting about I Gave You Power by Nas.
Nice.
So I sat there and I listened to I Gave You Power for like a couple days on repeat. You know what I'm saying? It's like I could tell you every word to that song. I hadn't listened to it in like 5 or 6 years, and I played it in the shower the other day. And I knew like every word until like the third verse I started tripping up. But it's like, that was what I was obsessed with. Like, even since high school, like
right.
Getting into ReDD, like making my portfolio, like I always was listening to like J Dilla,
nice.
Like Slum Village, like before Donuts. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
I was listening to J Dilla, the rapper. He was
right.
one of my favorite rappers because I was really into Royce the 5'9". Actually, that's kind of how I got into hip hop. Now
right.
I think about it. I told you earlier. I was doing some work for DJ Mumbles
nice.
at MIC Records, which was Royce the 5'9's kind of like his little independent home-based thing, and then he would do whatever. I don't know how the situation worked out, but I was basically helping them with some stuff on the side, on the internet and online. It was like a little kind of unofficial online internship with his hype man at the time,
wow.
June's Flow, Junebug, and DJ Mumbles, Rest in Paradise, who was the little brother of Royce the 5'9's engineer, Azar, who is an amazing Grammy-winning engineer for the work he did on that album that Royce and Eminem did, and the Slaughterhouse and the Shady 10, all that stuff.
Nice.
So I guess that's actually how I got into it, because I was always trying to do art for hip-hop people.
Nice.
And I was working on a logo for Slaughterhouse,
Nice.
and what happened was that I was in art school, and I had a lot of busy work because I got a teacher who was a sub, who was not she was not a teacher.
Oh, wow.
She was just like gonna teach for a semester. She was a graduate who's like, oh, I could teach, but she didn't know how to teach. So she just gave us a lot of busy work. I was like, yo, we're paying a lot of money to be here. Like, like we did the busy work to get here. You know how hard it was for me to get into this school?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're wasting our talent.
Wow.
And because of me keeping up with that kind of stuff when I was already wanting to go back home to like the little hip hop group that I was in at the time, you know what I mean, and be with my friend Squab the Verbalist and do rap music with him.
Nice.
Like, I was like, yo, like I was doing all this busy work, and then my friend DJ Mumbles died before I finished the Slaughterhouse logo design I was working on, and I was just so distraught that I didn't even like
get to say bye. Or
I didn't even get to say goodbye. I didn't want to finish it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I had an Xbox game, Gears of War 2, and I never opened it because we were going to play it together.
Wow.
I never played Xbox again after that. I mean, I was a kid. Like, I was a young, 20s and immature psychologically. You know what I mean? So it was
but
like...
yeah, it's hard. It's hard to deal with.
It's tough. And that was when I was like, yo, I'm just going to do music.
Right.
So I left school. I dropped out of art school. I was like, yo, like, I'm missing opportunities by doing all this stuff. They told me I could come back in 10 years. It just now, a couple days ago, has been 10 years.
Wow.
And now I can't go back. And
well,
it would be a step backwards for me because
right.
I made a lot of mistakes in the underground, and I did a lot of really silly stuff, and I just kind of like, I really just stayed true to like the kind of person I wanted to be in terms of how I related to people.
Right.
And you know, opportunities eventually came my way. Like the first couple years, I lost a lot of money. I got snaked over by a lot of people. But the people that I'm with today are the people who stuck with me through all that stuff.
Right. Definitely.
You know what I mean? And I'm really happy with where I am right now in my life. You know
No,
what
we're
I mean?
happy for you. Happy
Thank
to
you.
have you on the show. You mentioned that you've gone through a lot of, challenges. What can you let people know that you've learned from? What are some of the mistakes that you've made that you could let people know so that they could avoid making those similar mistakes?
It's a lot of stuff. You always gotta go with your gut.
Okay.
For sure, but it's important to know the difference between your ego and your gut. Because sometimes, my friend recently said that ownership is a hell of a drug. And he's right. Because when you feel like you own an idea and you feel like an idea is yours, you really, like, that can mess with your decision-making progress. And then when people give you conceptual, creative advice on something you're working on, you're like, this is my baby. This is my baby. No, this is my baby.
Right.
Like,
And they don't want to take the constructive criticism.
And you don't want to. That's the thing.
Right.
That's what I'm telling people. Like, you have to learn the difference between your ego and your jealousy and your ownership and stuff. It's okay to have a certain amount of that to inspire you, right? But you have to know the difference between that and your gut. Because if you don't really have a gut feeling about something, but you just don't like it, you should probably take people's advice into consideration. Because the second advice I would give is that a wise man keeps many counsels.
Right.
So you should surround yourself with really good people. Make sure that you're putting the right people around yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to ideally have people that the best person in your life would want to be around. You know what I mean? The person who loves you the most and looks out for you the most.
Right.
You want people around you that person can be around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if somebody is like, oh, my mom's coming in, and somebody's like, oh, I gotta get going, right? That person might not have good designs for you. Yeah,
right.
I heard a story about that recently. But it is what it is, man.
No, sketchiness. Well, that's definitely some good advice. I think everyone should take heed to what you're saying.
Thank you.
But you've been doing your thing for a minute. You got this music going. How
persistence beats resistance.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that one.
This
Repetition
is classic advice anybody can give
you. Weapon is your weapon, right? Repetition is your weapon.
Weapon is your. I like that. Oh my God.
Consistency is key.
That's so smart. Weapon is your weapon.
Yes.
Consistency is key.
Yes, it definitely is.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Right. All of those are good ones.
Teamwork right here.
Right, so this is your
my
partner.
man right here.
My JiD, playing the violin.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And how did you get involved? Do you do the hip hop violin type of thing?
Well, absolutely. My angle is pretty much hip hop jazz. I'm a jazz musician, and my project is coming out, and on my project I have several big names. We got Mr. Cheeks, I got Craig G.
Nice.
I'm working with Squalor Orphan is a friend of ours, and a wonderful hip hop artist, and just I've been in love with hip hop for many years, but I'm primarily a jazz musician,
Right.
so I was seeking to make that mix those two genres together and get that kind of energy. So
that's exciting.
Yeah, I find myself working with a whole lot of different people. Recently, I did some stuff with A$AP Ferg.
Oh, good.
So yeah, we're just trying to do our best. The project that Ford and I worked on, he worked on the visuals for a song called Forevermore, which is featuring Squalor Orphan. Yeah, he put his foot in it. He really did his best with his video. The visuals are unbelievable.
Thank you.
Best video I've ever had made for myself, and I'm extremely proud, and he's definitely he's becoming one of the best in the game.
Nice. No, that's exciting. I'm definitely happy to be with you both. So you do production for videos as well as music production.
Yes, and yes, I do. I absolutely do. I've mastered for him before.
Yes.
I
did one of my mixtapes.
Nice.
I first came noticed by people in the industry as a mastering engineer.
Okay.
Mixing and mastering. I think the first big credit I had was a track featuring Keith Murray and Phil the Agony from Strong Arm Steady, and a couple other people on there. And I mixed and mastered that, and then I mastered a song with Method Man on it. And then I think I mixed and mastered a song. I definitely mixed and mastered a song with Method Man, and I directed the video for that. It's called Change Your Mind by my man Mr. Cream. Look out for Mr. Cream at Cruddyville ENT on most social media platforms. He's Redman's cousin. He's with him everywhere.
Nice.
Everywhere, like anywhere that you've seen Redman on stage, you've seen Mr. Cream.
Nice.
That guy is an incredible showman. He really knows what he's doing. I mean, they both are. I gotta tell you, if you've never seen Redman or Method Man live, go see either one of them live. And if you can see them together live, go see them together live. That is a hell of a stage show.
Nice.
So
I haven't had the pleasure yet, but I definitely
you really
to.
should. My friend V Henny from the Artistry, I took her to a show.
Nice.
So we hung out with Mr. Cream, and we got to kind of watch from the side of the stages at BB King's right before Thanksgiving. And she had become very jaded because she was doing her show, The Artistry.
Right.
And that toll of doing a live YouTube show every week was taking its toll on her. And she was doing showcases and all this stuff. She became very busy. And then when she went and I took her to see, she was like kind of talking about quitting. And then I took her, like she wasn't serious, but she was complaining about it. I took her to see Red MF live. When she saw them live, she's like, yo, I feel like I'm falling in love with hip-hop again.
Nice.
Because it's like they're bringing out Inspector Deck, and they bring in all these special guests, and Master Killer, and it's just the energy in the room. It was like a real, you go to BB King's, you get a real hip-hop crowd.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. It's the perfect intimate setting for, the good audience and everything like that. No, that's pretty good.
I would recommend, that's the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with. If you are finding that you're having trouble connecting with why you went to do music again, go connect with something that makes you love music. Even if it's listening to your favorite albums when you were in high school. Go do that.
Great advice.
Yes.
I love it.
You.
And how do we stay connected? Are you, if people want to do a project with you, if they want to.
Be on social media.
Okay, and where is that?
At Ford, F-O-R-D, 4D. The number 4, the letter D. At Ford4D.
Nice.
And he is at Boba Pet, B-O-B-A-P-E-T-T, P-E-K-E. Boba Pet Peak, like Boba Fett, but Boba Pet.
Nice. And JiD, how do we stay in contact with you? Any artists that are looking to have a collaboration with you, if they want to do a feature, anything like that?
Absolutely. You can find me on Facebook at Facebook.com/GodViolin or on Instagram at GodViolin.
G-O-D or G-O-D?
G-O-D.
Okay.
G-O-D Violin.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And look out for Forevermore with my man 4D on the visuals. Forevermore.
JiD.
Yes, we're going to check out Forevermore. You're now tuned to Popparotz TV. Stay live.
All right, cut. I spit the bravest, like classic films like Ozzie Davis. One of the latest, authentic cats you ain't heard in ages. I'm trading places and snatching trade from Wall Street makers. One of the natives, one of the dangerous to all of your majors. I'm living outrageous, the sins of death for daily wages. Nah, I need no favors, poison minds and vision invaders. False accusations, confrontations and random behaviors. Now tell your neighbors, the clock with from and sweatshop labors. The first Nubians who walk with the cosmonaut on their chest. Iron line, the stars and planets for the master architects. The universal body, the earthly interjects. I dissect and wean out all your weak connects. The side effects will leave you drowsier than nasal necks. I smell success, but the taste I haven't savored yet. The alien resident that hasn't wavered yet. But forevermore, we will demand respect.
You and me, we will see what our life has in store. Forevermore. You and me, we will see once we walk through that door. Forevermore.
Headset shoots, deep roots, connected fruits, militant troops, badge wild youths, extremist groups. I'm saying oops on the jazz loops. the stoop when the red button snoops. Shook looks as I cook with my crook books. Call me hasty cause the safety's off the hook. Winnie the poop in your pants, gobbledygook. I mean the cooch with the cooch is Monopoly pooch. Now what's the strange fruit hanging from the tree in the noose? Murdered like ready with CDs on the deuce. No more bomb bullet lawn since the spooks. Kuna Matata, I know my shoe bow and car. Big Daddy Kaiju, voice the Baccarat. Close encounters light years away style. Algorithms, mathematical prisons. Rigid violisms, secure exit, Shirley Chisholm.
Once we walk through that door,
Journey on.
forever.